Yako na Bokor Christopher Okay, you can get that. Yes, Tony, because you better go to you bro, Said, you have to come now. But you come back. I don't have an idea. For night to drain queer for Benin Convert, I came in at the door. I do you interview very durable. Kenya company. Say yes, I said.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.
Company, you already. We have put down company have interview but tap on it. What is the name of the company?
Amitra.
Amitra, something technical officer.
Chief Technical
Officer, but they are going to no, hello, boy, I put it in a put it any appointment. You're going to run now. Say it's a competition, not only you who is prepared, other people who are prepared. But we will see. But the video it remains small, but we will see. And now that you are come to him, let's feed him finish. We ask him how is he going to go about that way. Yo. Yago, That's fine. Put it, place it somewhere. Yeah. Okay, you can place it. Hey, man, really back. We clear the front, you know. We clear the front of the leg bar, but still.
Oh.
For Baba. Call over no call that. Who would it? Yo, ago, leba ajiboso. Lama no mi jibe do agonso no pra. Nika, asana. Fantasy pepe. Yo po ye kushika. Oh, baby nya sapo. Ogo wole gbagbo. O pe asa. O yo pẹ̀lú beji. O ku mi do ni. Anyway, if you ask me what we are doing, people actually funny. I'm going to cook. Very good. That's it. No, I don't know what that is. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Say your things and make a pledge. Go down. Some people are suffering there. But we are suffering here. Everyone is suffering. Make it quick. Boy, okay, if it's finished already, it's finished. Talk your matter. Death should run away from all of you. We talk about the time. 9:26. 9:26. I want to for you. Thank you.
You pour it already?
Yes.
Special barbecue on Saturday. Korea barbecue.
What happened in it?
1,
2, 3.
4, 5, 6.
Come on, Dave.
Oh, ago, afeli. Afeklo godo. Azagbaja for people no. Afenyo, afeli toy. Aglenyo, afeli toy. Asinyo, afeli toy. Wo nu popo onu no. Enyu e no. Vo ono asiku ga mayo. Ga kelo. Me yo sere gi afore keto be wonu wa fo beto wa atre ku atre le boko betu me yo. E me yo aflanga ti se be no na pa pa to awudi da pa be cha pa. Pa to ko bi aga. Moni meji, abla meji, akla meji, buda meji, sama meji, kama meji, trupe meji. Tula meji, leke meji, che meji, meji. Wali che tula meyo. Le bo bire ko kwa toba do bo ma toba de ni ate ni ma ko ni. E wo buga ke. Le Facebook live wo be. Na te fe mi akwa hanu mi anu. Me na ko ragbe, bi ragbe, si ragbe. Mi akwa mi anu mi akwa jo afa ajo akle na ni. Na te fe egbe yin pe bla be bo fe. E no ni akoso akoku te fe no mega le. me do kuti me la hana me do kutu e fona ba ho halo na ha be se agbe ga ke egbe keke be kutu o le Valentine's Day enu nwe ne jeji na me sia me yo sro di me popo no post me yo le bidi me le popo no popo me yo le achudi me la chupa ore no po me la sidi me le popo no po me yo le nu me le baba na ore o no pata na me yo o sere gaji for ke to be wonu afo be to wa tire kwa tire ko be tu langa ti se no ma aba au di da ba cha ba ba be bi la abochi sakra ka betu afa obi adogo kotokoli lo nko okuma kwa gbere nko to no lechu o frata mani fi bi nko bi sinkra kofi to ja apaku cho to kofi o cho he kofi atra me yo mi opete kable me yo mi to gbe afo gbato me gba vodu to ra ko ebuburu manya za pata gidi kulu nyo hoto ko si nyo hoto me yo ra keke hala mata hala ausa be fi adonko be mega me yo ra keke lo atebe o buka ke mi ahogbenam mi le Facebook live wo me yo betere nya ko dagbe ja chine jiji na oro ekwa o be de jomo bi ele ganga o de batume ta mi to nya fafasia ahare ekle un konyu mi we no de bibolu ije ogbara mi je meje gajire ga me ga sin o nya ge jina mi kore me ne bobo na mi o pete ra mo pete le gbejiro mi na fa ogbe la fe megbe mi le am de vieux fo de ogbe legbe ya no ngogbe fa na go nu nto no ngogbe nse ru nya wori ne je fiato ne je gato godo. Okay, let's go inside now and then start the question and answer session. Tony, press to allow. Namosi fosi jamkosa brako bra mama ni bojo ni matobo nyako kofi kubia mensa dori ape mbepe kuno ole mi opete pete yo yo ponyi Celestine ya wako bia Katrina kubia fonya sense ko yo fonya ya obe na kubia yo mama ni bojo mbara na tepe mele mi apete pete yo na ba na mi anu kuto bene fana ni bobo ni na bobo ni fana e me yo awu no tuji boko tuji tobo tuji o kini ni hasa ko ji ya bara so bara na me yo la do boko ada please so fa no movie yo na keke na wa ha na ye yo boko afacha wa jonge ba me yo no ko nura le bapo no ko nura amfeka ba me yo akpo no anani tretu le jita bi ba ha ni na ko da be bi la be asira be ne da bodo ni wa le ko mbuga ke ko da be bi la be asira go me biaro be kuto me fana ni bobo re mi na bobo re na fa ni ko de na no sia be ni asibe si me de be dum no bora to me ko re ta mo ya ko to ji me ni be nu fori me ne de nya be to mi abe de ko nu na ko me be tele nya ko so me do be ra do ta do wala me no se do na je no ina o be ni o le di mo ta ko re o le ti me amono je MSC no je ta ko no do na mi o che me yo beteni a wadona gbeje bi yo beteni a kode afa ko me a kode esu egbere o ta mo mama yana me tro pe yo le no ni egbelu agbara. Am I still on?
Yes, you are.
But I'm not seeing something has covered. What are you?
We are making a few edits.
Okay, so hello everybody out there. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to you wherever you find a time zone you find. Question and answer section. Thank you very much for joining us, and all of you for keeping up with us. We are very grateful to you for continuing to be supportive of our cause and the cause of our people. I'm very grateful. I'm Christopher Voncujovi, and I will be answering your questions that will be coming. So please share this moment, share this thing on your platform for other people to also join in and ask questions. Thank you very much, and I am waiting for your questions. Let me be able to read something.
Yes.
We have Oluchi Osowonke. Yes, hello, my sister. How are you? Thank you very much. Great day, Papa, with much love and peace. Yes, happy Valentine's Day to all of you around the world. It's a day, they say it's a day of love, day of understanding of one another. May the peace of St. Valentine be with all of you. Thank you very much. And then Carl Ado said, no sound yet. Good morning, Papa. Good morning, AMT family. So that is the sound is okay now. Okay, the sound, Carl, the sound is okay now. Thank you very much. And then we have Mebol Lane is saluting, and then Melissa Rosham Boadi. Amazing. Thank you very much, Melissa. How are you? I'm going to send you the thing that I'm going to send you. But we've been very, very busy whole of yesterday and this morning. And after this program, we are going to put the students that are going to get FAR initiation. They are going to go to Zoo, about 5 people. So we are going to be busy for a while, but I will make sure your list gets to you by the end of today. Thank you very much for joining us, Melissa. And then I have Danilo Imberile. He said, good day, Papa. Happy Sunday. Same to you, my brother Danilo. Thank you for joining us. And then again, Danilo Imberile is saying, Papa, why do you call the names of other Vodus on top of the Apeli? Thanks. Okay, Danilo, the problem is that Apeli is the base. And all Vodus can be called at Apeli to come and eat, instead of me going to them individually and going to them one by one each time. Moment I get to Apeli and I
pray there and call them, they will respond. That's why Apele is the foundation of the house, or the spirits. All the spirits eat at Apele. You can call any spirit that is with you, whether they are with you physically or wherever they may be. Once there is Apele, they will all converge there and eat. Just like us, this in the ancestral Tobizipi or the ancestral stool. When the ancestral stool is a family that has an ancestral stool, or if someone makes one ancestral stool for himself and his families and generation, when anytime you pray at the stool house or at the ancestral shrine, all the your ancestors, past, present, known and unknown, moment the prayer goes, it is connected in the psychic world, into the spirit world, and all of them will be informed that this is their great grandchild that is praying. That's why we always ask you to give us at least one name, or one or two names, or as many as you can remember, so that once one is connected, all of them will be connected to you, whether you that is with the family stool, or when you are doing ancestral feeding. But then with Apele, all spirits, even ancestors, can be called at Apele's place, and they will all respond. So Danilo, that's the answer to that question. Hope I have made it clear. Then we have Kaleji Akato saying that no sound, please. I think that was 6 minutes ago. You fixed the sound? Okay. Kaleji, if the sound is right, let me know at your end. And then we have our top fan, Yvonne Epia Mohammed, that's the mother of Shamba Musa Mohammed. Shamba sent me a message that he's on the way, he's in London, and I will be arriving here this evening, and I will be going to the airport to pick him up. Oh, thank you very much, big sister Yvonne. We are very grateful for you joining us this afternoon. Then we have our big sister, Kani Fisher. Greetings, Papa and AMT family. We have no sound. Okay, that was about 6 minutes ago. Okay, Oluchi Osowonke, I see. I don't know what my sister is. Ise. What is that? Okay, maybe Ashe or Ise. Okay. Thank you, Oluchi. We are very grateful. And then Kani Fisher, Papa, do you know Legba Balanjenke, the greedy Legba? No. Kani, you see, there's so many fantasies in this our spiritual discourse. I have never even heard the name Legba Balanjenke. No. I have been in this for a long time. But that doesn't mean it does not exist. Maybe to some people they have, because they are in Vodu, there are so many different types of legba. Like the legba at the zoo, where people who are going to get their far, or people who get initiation into far will be going today. The legba there is not a far legba. The combination of that legba is totally different from the one that is made when you become a bokor. So Afal Legba is different from Voodoo Legba. So people can have all kind of Voodoo Legbas and give them different names. So whoever made that one, or whoever created a Legba that can be greedy, I don't know who, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but I don't know about it. Why should Legba be greedy when it's supposed to be a security man, or security, or a spirit at your residence or at your gate? Why should he be a greedy one? But I will ask some other areas. Maybe there is something like that. I'll find out. But for me personally, I've never come across it here until you are mentioning the name. Thank you very much. Balajenke, the greedy labor. Anyway, look, it sounds interesting. And then replying to Kadi Danilo Mberiles is laughing and say, ha ha ha. Okay, I mean, we are all learning.
Nobody knows it all, you know. In this life, you can't know everything. Like there are some vodus inside my shrine, like Alajabu. How many people know Alajabu? And then I have Fabrita Lazy Kafara. How many people know this name? If I don't mention it, you will not even hear it. There are so many vodus that I have there that people don't know. Ejidwe Ejiklo is also one of them. It's not a very common voodoo, but they are all the name of his voodoo. There are the popular voodoos that everybody knows, but they are old voodoos. There are so many new voodoos that originated and came, and we are working with them successfully. So I don't know. Then somebody says Skinny Legion is saying that good afternoon, Toby. I trust you are doing good. This how is Joker created, originated, and does Joker need to be fed somehow very often to increase its potency? Yeah, Sakiru. The point is that Joker, as well as Voodoo, are almost all the same kind of things. People say that Joker has only got 4 fingers and Voodoo has 5 fingers or whatever. I mean, that's up to people. Me, the jokers that I have, they have 5 fingers. They are working. And what is it created from herbs? And what is Voodoo created from herbs? But one thing with the Joker is that there is a mantra. There is a words of power, which we call Besa in Ewe, Be, which is voice or sound or language, and Besa, a word that can bind. Osa, Sa means to bind in Ewe. So Besa, the word that can bind things. So Joker is always, it comes with that binding, powerful binding words that the Hindus will call mantra, and then the Hebrews will say holy words, and how this is. We call them Besa, or yeah, Besa. That goes with Joker most of the time. Joker must go with a voice that is powerful enough. When you say it, it takes effect. So that is Isakidu. That's what it is. So if you have a joker, you have to feed them. If they are represented physically, you have to feed them. But then there are certain jokers that are not represented. They just words that they give you, and you swallow the seeds, and that's it. You don't see anything physically created. But when you use the word, it works. So, but when you don't have it physically represented, and when you are drinking, you mention your joker, you pour drink. And when you are doing a festival for other spirits, you mention that one too. Even though it's not physically represented, you can still feel it. Then we have Kwame Amuzu. Kwame Amuzu, he wrote again Kwame Amuzu. Yes, Kwame Amuzu, thank you for joining us. We are very grateful for you joining us. And then move the distance up, please. And then we have Kaleji Akatotobe, please. The sound is okay now. Okay, thank you, Kaleji. And then we have Oluchi Osowonke Papa. I see means amen. Oh, that is what I always say when I pray for us. Peace with much love. Thank you very much, my sister. Or my daughter. Then we have Dr. DeMarcus Woodard. Kevin, yes, greetings from across the room. Papa, I'm happy to finally be here. Yes, Kevin, thank you very much. We should turn the camera on Kevin. He's here in physical form live. Kevin Woodard is here. Yes, he's here physically with us. And we had a very interesting, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday night. It was a very interesting one. We were all happy, and thank you very much for coming. I'm very grateful for you joining us this afternoon, Kevin. Thank you very much. Yes, let's go again. And then we have James Newton. Greetings, brother, from the United Kingdom. James, thank you very much for the greetings, and we also greet you. Hope you are fine. We are grateful for you joining us this afternoon. And then we have our sister Diamond Cash. Blessings, Papa, and the AMT family. Blessings to you too, Diamond. grateful for you joining us this afternoon. Today is Valentine's Day, and I am wishing all of you happy Valentine's Day. Yes, then we have on YouTube, we have Mario Young. Good evening, Daddy and AMT family. Greetings from India. Thank you very much, Mario, for joining us from India. And then we have Irene Neo or Irene Neo. So good morning. Good morning, Irene. How are you? Move that one to up, please. And can you tell me about a shoe, aye, and any elbow I can do to open my doors? Irene, I don't tell things to people to do to open your doors. A shoe is what we call lemba in our Ewe Afar. It's the same thing people call a shoe, and people call it whatever name. So a shoe or lemba is the same. People say Baba lemba, people give all kind of, people call it a shoe lalalu. Whatever you call it, it is called lemba. And that's what it is. And what do you call it? I cannot. What can I teach you as a book to open your doors? I have always, and I continue telling people that if you are doing spirituality, the key to success in spirituality is reading. When you do a reading, it will be from your voice to the spirit world that I want to know this. What should I do? What shouldn't I do to be successful? So if you don't do a reading and you are expecting people just to tell you to go and do a ritual, what ritual can they tell you? Ebo is a ritual. We will call it in Ewe Vosa. But before you can do a Vosa, you must know what you are hearing. You must get some answers. You must put some question in, and then the answers will come and they will tell you what kind of Vosa to do to change the situation in which you are. If your doors are closed and you want to open them, the oracle or the voodoo will tell you what you should do. But without a reading, and you expect that some priest will just tell you, go and do this and your doors will open. I'm sorry, I don't teach like that. I just want to teach so that people who are connected to my shrine and connected to my mission should be able to benefit from my teachings. What is spirituality if you cannot really make use of it for your physical development or gain? Spirituality is not only to be done if you cannot make use of it. If it cannot work for you, what's the use? Then it becomes religion. So when I am teaching, or whatever I am teaching, or is for you to be able to use it for your own personal progress in this life that you are living. I'm not just teaching because it is my ancestors' way, so I am teaching. I'm teaching the people that my ancestors' way were very good enough for my ancestors to born my father or my grandfather until I am here today. And that's why I promote it. Because if it wasn't good, I wouldn't have been here. So when I teach, I want you also to benefit from that ancestral wisdom that had been there before my great grandfathers were born. So if you are doing spirituality or you are initiated into anything and you cannot make good use of what you have been initiated into or what you have been introduced to, then what's the use? It is useless. It's just like pouring water over a stone. It can never soak the stone. So, Irene, what you should do is, I think it will be advisable to get a priest that can do a divination for you or do a reading for you, whatever you call it. And then you will know exactly what to do to open the doors that are closing for you. Thank you very much, Irene. Neil. Yes, let me see the questions. Why you keep this thing here? I can't see anything. You. There's KM here. Greetings from Princeton. Papa, I hope you and the team at ANT are all doing well. Lots of life and love and gratitude. Thank you very much, KM. We are all fine. And we are also sending you a lot of love and gratitude to you and your family. Then Irene Neo is saying thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Yes, of course it does. Thank you very much, Irene. Is it because you're not operating all the machines that's why you're having this difficulty?
Please. What happened was program failed, so something I'm trying to restore it. To be honest.
Are we on Facebook now?
Yes, please.
Okay, please just try to maintain this because it's taking the gap between you changing and this is taking so long.
Yeah.
So, okay, Kadi Fisher is saying, Papa, is the Afa festival something you can share with us or is it a private ritual? Oh, Kadi, we can share part of it with you, but we haven't started yet because it will be towards the evening when Shamba Musa arrives. We are kind of scheduling it in such a way that he can also benefit because he is learning to become a priest, and I need to show him everything that I do, so that when he becomes a priest, become a priest finally, he will do exactly because I'm very far away from the U.S. But if Shamba is in the U.S. and he is properly trained, then you will be receiving the same kind of teachings and everything that I do here. So I want him to learn and watch whatever I am doing. That's why we are waiting. But yes, part of it will be for all of you to share. It's not going to be totally private. Some parts will be privately done, especially inside the S. Yes, we will, but then we will show some part because it is initiation and it is not everything, especially far initiation is not a public thing. But for sure, we will find a way where you can see. So I will share with you all. Thank you very much. So keep your internet alive. And once we give you a signal, you can see what we are doing. And especially this evening one, I think it's not going to be private. We are going to do it public. How so you people can watch it later when we start. Thank you very much. African Magic Temple. I had only initiated my own children into FA, but now we've gotten teachers who are collaborating with me to initiate people into FA. And maybe after some time, when we also master it, then we can do it by ourselves. But for now, we are getting the experienced people who have been in it for long so that they can teach us so that we can also in the future be able to initiate people. But when it comes to Vodu, we have been doing as many years we don't know. But the fact, even though I as a fan Bokor, I have been initiated about 15 years ago, but because my concentration is more on Vodu and on things that I can easily handle and make good use of it than going somewhere. But then slowly, I'm also learning, and I believe one day I'll also be a very big and a very good Ifa priest. Yes, and then we have Sakidu again said, Papa, I recently saw an Abochi Kakaraka created in a movable form. It's not called Abochi Kakaraka, or it's called Abochi Sakaraka. Sakaraka, it's not Kakaraka, it's Abochi Sakaraka. That's at least that's the name of mine. Abochi Kakaraka created it an immovable form, like a tree stamped with mouth. Why yours is a mirror form? Does it mean these are two different entities? Sakibu, if I can understand your question very well. When people who has psychic abilities or the sixth sense, they can use anything to create or communicate. But the way you are saying that they made the abuchi in a tree trunk and they carved mouth and all this on it. The person who did that, one, he wants to scare people. Two, he wants to also to fool people to say that it is the tree that is talking to the mouth of the tree. It is not like that. Psychic ability is in your mind. Hearing and seeing is in the mind. You should understand that this one, eyes, they are not what sees. They are only gateways to receive the waves of the object in front of you. And then when it gets into the mind identifies what that image is. So the eyes are only gateways to receive tongue mantras, as it's called in Sanskrit, tongue mantras and indriyas, to receive the waves and vibration of these things and send it to the mind. Why I'm trying to explain this is that to see, it's not the eyes, because if there's something, a bone inside your teeth or inside your mouth and it's inside between your teeth, you're not going to send your eyes into your mouth to be able to know where the bone or whatever is choking you to remove it. But if you send your hand there, you can get to it and pull it down. What does that mean? The mind is what sees. It is not this one that sees. This one is only receiving. So even though you may not be able to see, your eyes may not go there, but your mind knows where it is and you can pick it from there. So when a person created a voodoo with mouth, like the ones that have been seen, sometimes people create a voodoo to hold a hammer or hold an axe and it's moving, and people say voodoo. No voodoo can move. Physically, no voodoo can move. Spiritually, they can move. And I'm really not how to feel your memories, of course. So to see is the mind. So abochi, as it is here, it's all made up of herbs and all this thing. And even if you look at, if I'm doing a reading, I don't really look into the mirror because I even use the white clay to cover the whole mirror so that I cannot see my own reflection. But I can get information and messages from it and relate it to whoever I am doing a reading for. So it is not the one like you are looking inside and then you are seeing the picture. The picture will be created by the voodoo in your mind and it gives you everything. Even the names that it will call and everything will become in the mind. This is how we see. So if someone created their own abochi sakraka in an immovable form, like a tree trunk with mouth, yeah, maybe that's it. The one that I know is the mirror. Yes, I think Kofu Sam also have one he called Kofi or Kofi. Whether his was a mirror, is a mirror or is a voodoo, I cannot know. Because I also have a friend, Wozo. He also have a Kofi, but his is made in the form of a voodoo, and he goes to it and pray to it and gets this thing. The whole thing is, the key is to open your psychic mind, your psychic eyes, and your psychic ears. That's all that matters. Once they are open, you can even take this cup, look inside, and tell the story to people. That's what we call eye opening, when they open your eyes or open your ears. So you can even sit in front of a television, which is blank, without anything, and you can be telling people stories about their lives. But people will say, "Oh, the man is looking inside the TV and he's telling my story." what matters most is your psychic eyes and your psychic ears should be open. That's all. So, Sadiq.
Five, four, three, two, one. You are live.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me see the question I was answering. Sadiq Legion, Sakidu, Sikidu. Okay, it's Sikidu. Sikidu. So that is what it means. That it may be the same entities, but the you see, spirits can be with the person, and the way the person treat their spirit, that's the way the spirit will work with the person. And you know, spirits are not, or voodoos are not limited by time, space, or a person. They can be here and they can be anywhere at the same time. So when a spirit like Togwe Jopata comes to me, that doesn't mean when someone somewhere is also having Jopata and calling the same Jopata, Jopata will not be with them. It will still be with them at that same time. And when they are not bounded by time and space or people. So maybe the person who has that Abuchi Sakraka or Kakaraka, as you wrote it, may have the same Abuchi like I have in the mirror, but I don't know because I've never met him before, and I don't know how he does his own. Because I also had an encounter with a gentleman from the northern part of Ghana, and I went to do a reading. To do something about my cousin told me that there's another guy who has a mirror that does mirror reading. So I wanted to go and see how they can also help me. So I can probably learn from them and add to what I know already. So when I went, he has a very big mirror, like a room mirror, that he sits in front of. It's mounted on a table, kind of a table with a desk, a drawer under. So he just sits in front of that mirror and then he starts telling you what he is seeing about your life. So in his case, his mirror is not as small as this one. There's a whole mirror that you can look at yourself in. And he also, he is a good divine, I would say. So I think as I said earlier, the importance is your psychic eyes and psychic ears, or clairvoyancy and then clairaudiency. Those are the things that when it is developed, you can use it anyway. Because the old man here, he even with the water in the calabash, he can tell. Even if they pour the water on the ground, he can tell a story and tell about your life from it. So it is the mind. Once the mind is active and it's knowing, it's all knowing, you don't have anything, nothing can hide from it. So thank you very much, Q, for that question. So we go to Kwame Amusu again. We go to work with so many of spirit. Papa, is it good to work with a lot of spirits? I don't know whether it is good to work with a lot of spirits or not, but I work with a lot of spirits. I cannot tell whether it is good or not, but for me, I work with a lot of spirits. I cannot know how many spirits I work with. Honestly, if I'm not talking, maybe I'm working with about 100 to 200 spirits. But for me, it's good for me, but maybe not good for somebody. I cannot tell whether it is good or it is wrong. But for me, it is good for me. And then we have Danilo in Meridi again. It said, this is a very long story. I have learned much from revolution. First is learn to honor your ancestors. Second is Vodu. I have learned much from revolution. First is learn to honor your ancestors. Second is Voodoo does not replace hard work and personal effort in the day-to-day physical life. That's very true. Third is find a good priest who you can learn from if you want to go deep in spirituality, or a good priest who you can do a divination in times of serious decisions or serious need to know deeper into situation. That's very true too. And then fourth, don't go around comparing priests because spirituality is wide. Don't go, people are moving the thing, I can't see where it's where. Don't go comparing priests because spirituality is wide. Somebody get water. Fourth, don't go around comparing priests because spirituality is wide and many ways exist. The aim is for the person to diagnose and find solution for you. That's very true too. Every culture has its way and no need to keep comparing uselessly. Just open up and learn what you can from any tradition around the world to add to your knowledge. That's very true, Danilo. And then lastly, spirituality is practical and it is not about videos and arguments about Egypt or Kenya or whatever. Thanks, revolution. I'm still learning more. Oh, thank you very much, Danilo. You just put it all together in a very simple words. That's all that spirituality is about. No one culture has it all, and there is no there is no culture anywhere in the world that doesn't have spirituality. When you look at white people, people think that people who are Europeans or white people, they don't know anything about spirituality, and then sometimes they say, well, why do you teach white people our secret? Who is your secret? Are you the one who wrote the word spirit in the dictionary? If you think that they don't have spirit or don't have voodoo, do you think they will have the word for it in their language? It is stupid for a lot of people who think, especially people in the diaspora, who think that the white man is not supposed to learn our things from our ancestors. But you don't know that the white man is the one who wrote in his dictionary called something spirit. We in our local language, we call it voodoo, but in their language, they call it spirit. So it is everywhere. Spirit is everywhere, in every culture, in every part of the world. So learn where you can learn, wherever, so that you add more to whatever you have had already. Thank you very much, Daniel. I'm very grateful for this. And then Kani Fisher, Voodoo is personalized. Yes, we can have the same Voodoo and it works differently for everybody. That's very true, Kani. I'm very grateful. Yes, I have my mirror and the way it works with me may not be the same way it works with somebody else, because it is how you relate to your Voodoo. That's the way your Voodoo will relate to you. And it's a very personal, spirituality is a personal thing. It's not a public thing whereby people go to church and dance and everybody will see them praying, they are fasting, and people are doing like this, are doing like that, are doing like this. This is all for show. You want to pray to your spirit, just go in one corner of your room, you wake up, you pray, and you go your way and live your day. Whatever will happen in the day, whether good or bad, the spirits are aware of them. If the bad thing happens on you, then it is supposed to be. If it doesn't happen on you, or if it doesn't put it in, still back up. If it doesn't happen on you, that means it's not supposed to happen on you. So whatever happens, once you pray, keep going. God knows everything. The spirits know everything. And whatever will happen in your day, they know. If it is good, that's good. If it is bad too, it's good in the sense that they have a reason for everything that they do. Yes, and then please share so that people can join us in this discussion, because I think today we are not going to be very long. I'm going to be very soon. I will once we finish this, we will start getting ready for Tommy Jopata. We are going to feed Tommy Jopata this afternoon before we start the farm initiation. So please share this, and let's listen, because people come very last minute when we are about to close and then start asking questions, and at that time we are almost done, and we cannot continue. And then I miss those questions, and I wasn't able to answer some of them most of the time. So it is good that you share your listen on every platform and let people who join it. Kofi, you can also share on my Facebook page so that people can join. Maybe somebody didn't know that we are live. Kati is saying Voodoo is personalized. We can have the same Voodoo and it works differently for everyone. Yes, that's very true. I think she was just trying to explain about the mirror. Somebody has their own in a tree trunk or stump, and whether it is the same, yeah, it could be the same, but then it may work for different people. All that matters is your eyes and ears to be open, your extra sensory perceptive abilities should be sharpened. Then that's it. Go to YouTube and let's see if there's any question there. Then LaSalle, can we connect with our ancestors through urine therapy? I don't know what is urine therapy. Urine therapy is drinking your urine. I felt very stronger energetic. I don't think that is the key in Voodoo. Nobody uses urine in Voodoo to drink. We don't drink urine in our culture. So if urine therapy, so how are you going to connect with your ancestors when you drink your own urine? Which part of it will connect with your ancestors? If you drink it and you feel energetic, that doesn't mean because when you get energy means you are connected to your ancestors. I don't think so. And then, okay, Cathy Fisher again saying, how often do you feed Jopata in the year? Oh, Cathy, as many times as you have your time. But then, because ours here is the whole group itself is here. So we feed it whenever the need arises. Like this time, we are feeding it for someone. Okay, precisely. My sons in Japan, Pele said that he wanted to feed Jopata. He hadn't been home for a while, so he asked me to buy the animals and feed the Jopata on his behalf. So he is doing it. I'm doing it for him. So, and people, a few days ago, Said also bought a chicken to feed Jopata. So as many times that people come and ask us to feed, we are always feeding it. Some people will come in the morning, somebody will come in the evening, but we'll still feed him. Because if it is the voodoo is working for people and people are happy, they want to show appreciation by bringing some gift to the voodoo to say, oh, I want you to take this and then also to take care of me continuously as you are doing. So the voodoo is there. So we feed we feed the voodoo all the time. It depends on the people. So this time is my own children who wanted to. Senna and Pele, they are the ones who want me to feed Chopata for them because of the things that they are experiencing, the changes they are seeing in their life. They are so grateful and they want me to feed the Chopata. So they sent money in for me to buy the animals and everything. So we'll be going to the shrine. And it's also because we're going to do far today. I also need to inform him that there's going to be some activity in the house. Yes, so and then we have Danilo in Beripapa who is white. So sometimes I get confused what to start learning. Is it about start learning divination or start with learning herbs or it goes together? Okay, Danilo, you see the point is that when you go to a voodoo priest or a Bokor or if you tell him you want to learn, he as the teacher would know where to start you from. Unlike you going to the Huno that I want you to open my eyes for. I tell you, no Huno, who is a real Huno, will just see you for the first time and because you are carrying money and say you should open your eyes for you, they will never. Because you don't know the rules and the regulations. You don't have the road map. How are they just going to open your eyes for you and open your ears for you? Most of the time, it is Christians who are trying to be pastor. So they come and say, oh, open my eye for me. I want to be seen. But you know why? Because they want to be telling people stories so they can collect money from them. Then they come and I will open your eyes for you, but you just come and say, open my eyes for me. For what? Why should I open your eyes for you? You don't know anything about voodoo. You have not started any learning. You don't have any discipline. And then I just open your eyes for you so that you will do what? Bring this thing down small. Bring it down. Down. Yes. So Danilo, what is it is it? Oh, don't move the question when I'm not done. So when you are doing you want to learn, you go to the priest. The priest will assess your level. You assess your level and know where you are through divination, and then the priest should be able to tell you where to start from. Instead of going and asking them, open my eyes for me or give me a juju that when I talk to people, the people should listen to me. Go to the priest, do consultation, tell him or her that you are interested in learning this. And if the priest is a good priest, he will tell you where to start from. Even if he's not a good priest, he will be able to tell you where to start from. So I think that's the best way. We'll do it very wide. But find a teacher, and you must find a good teacher, and the teacher must be able to explain to you the consequences, the things you should do, the things you shouldn't do. Then, as you grow in your learning, your teacher will be guiding you through so many things, and before you know, you are also or you are a Bokor when you get the initiation into Afa. So, or you are a Musi or V, whatever. So, first is just to find a good teacher who can teach. That's what matters. And the teacher should be able to tell you where to start from. Yes, and we have a Kali Fisher saying, wow, thank you very much, Kali. And then I have my big brother, Matthew Kobler, Matthew, yeah. Good afternoon to you, my brother, and to all of you who are there happy. Can I send drink money so you can pray for me to the considered in the ceremony of Togbe Jokata. Yes, sure, why not? For money, you can send money and I will get the drink. And I'm going to go there with goats and chickens and all these things. So you also benefit from them all when I pray. Then Kani Fisher saying, Papa, Senna told a story about Joka and the earthquake. Is this the same Joka the children have for the knife ritual? There are so many types of Joka. But I think what Senna used when he started feeling the earthquake must be from Togbe Aplaku. The Togbe Aplaku is a sack in which we have so many things, and when things want to happen, you just put a seed in your mouth, and then when you say words, the words become powerful. That's the one he probably used. So Joka just means what the English word, the French, Belgium French called juju, that become juju today. That is what we call in Ewe Joka, and the Togo people call it Zoka. Yeah, the way we call it Joka, because the Ewes in Ghana do not leave the D that come first before the Z. But in Togo, most of them, I think it is also whether it is a development of language that the young people cannot pronounce it very well, so it becomes Soka. But in reality, in this part of Ghana or Eveland, we don't call it Soka, we call it Joka, like Joka, Joka. That's how it is called in our Eveland. Togo and Benin will say Soka. That's because they cannot pronounce the DZ. They remove the D and then only using the Z. So no, the one for the knife is also different. Knife Joka is different. Kani, when you come, I think you are interested in the knife one. You too, you get some. Yes. And then Kani Fisher again, I don't think people understand Vodu is very powerful. If not used correctly, you can kill yourself. That's very true, Kani. Opening your eyes, how will you control the things you are seeing if you don't understand? Thank you, Kani. Thank you very much. And see, a lot of time people just want something quick, which they can use now. They are not interested in learning the base and the tradition. They just want something that they can use to take advantage of other people. That's all that we have been seeing. But then at my shrine, I will assess you very well before I teach you anything. I don't just teach because you bring money to me. No, I don't just teach everything. Because I know what these things are. They are very dangerous. They are very useful and powerful. You know, few days ago, I have 3 dogs in this house. There was a very little dog, we call it Jupiter. It's just a very young dog, I think it's about 6 months or less. And there's a voodoo in the house. When they tell you that that's a voodoo, you will not really look at it as a voodoo. It's a goo, and there are knives in it. It's on the ground, just on the ground, we just put some knives there. So we pray to it during the Christmas time before the New Year. Some Nigerians stole money in their house, so they came and we prayed to the mirror directed us to go and pray to that one, and we all went there. And the following day, they were able to catch who took the money, and they came back here, and we have to give them pacify the spirit to stop working on their case. So we also use it recently for other things. This little dog, just like dog, is playing, didn't know anything. It went and pulled the knife out. And we were all here when Said or somebody informed me that the dog has pulled the knife out. Then I said, oh, it's an animal, so we shouldn't really worry. Because I remember when Kofi Mawina was young, he did that and the voodoo nearly killed him. We had to do so many things to revive him, otherwise he would have died. So when they told me, I said, because they know this story, then I said, because it's a dog, so I don't think the Voodoo will really worry. So I went back and took the knife and put back. Few days later, the dog just died. Like a joke, like we are just using. Then I realized that it was a boo. I went to a boo to pray to it, but the following morning, even we sent the dog to the veterinary, they did everything and all this thing. It just died without getting sick or whatever. It just happened like that. So if you come into my house and I tell you that that is the Voodoo that is very powerful, but it's just like nothing. It's nothing. It's only knives. Only knives will be planted into the earth. That's all. But you joke with it, you are dead. So what Kadi Fisher is saying here is very true. But if you don't know, you don't understand that these things are powerful, you think that they are just toys to play with. It's not like you go into Botanica and go and buy something, somebody will say this is a mojo or whatever, and you bring out. Our African Vodus are very powerful. They are not that kind of thing that they are selling in the shop that you can easily buy and bring home and you say, I have legba. Our legba that we do here, the herbs that, the number of herbs that go into legba before you call it legba, it's not small. But then somebody also will just go and buy something in a shop and they just form it in the form of labor and then you bring to your house and you say you have labor. No. Labor is not just a molded clay. Herbs is what make every voodoo. Voodoo is herb. It's not anything more. The herbs with some powerful words, things start happening. That's why you can know that you are in harmony with nature or not. So it is not just something they mold it and then they give it to you and say, this is your body and take it there. Oh, no. The ones that we have here are serious things, not the ones that the people are selling out. So if you don't know the rules and the regulation, for me, I will not introduce you into anything. That's why even people who are my students, I don't teach people everything one time. It is step by step so that they can be able to assimilate and then absorb each training so that when they are on their own, they can handle it. I'm not in a hurry to teach you, then you go and tomorrow you set up and you become whatever you become. It is fine. I wish and I want everybody also to learn and become what they can become. But I would rather teach you the real thing so that you cannot fall into trouble tomorrow when you are alone. Is it off again?
No, please. The page.
No, these questions are not finished and you are going to another question.
Yes, I'm trying to resolve them.
You go up, I think we are talking about. Okay, this one is Omari Brown. He's saying, good morning, brother. Good morning, Omari. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. And then Kari Fisher again. I worked with this lady who went to Cuba and she did a ritual where her soul could leave her body and fly. Now, because she's not initiated, every time she hears music, her soul wants to leave her body. Yeah, it does happen. There was even a story that one of our students went to Cuba and got initiated into Fa. But the Fa Poli or the Fa Odu that came for him, if it were in Africa or in Ghana or in Ewe Vodu that we saw that, they would have changed it immediately so that the person wouldn't see it when they untie the face. But because the way they do it in Cuba is more like a tourist attraction. People come and they just sell initiation quickly and this. And he got the madman's initiation. The initiation that was given to him, the calling is for a mad person. Wow. So whoever gets that will get mad. Wow. And truly, when he came back, he had this problem and he went crazy. And nobody knew what was going until we looked into his Odu that was given to him. Then we realized that that was a mad person's Odu that he gave to him, and he was holding it in his hand, thinking that he has gotten something. These are the keys to spirituality. And if you are not properly trained, you are not properly initiated, you have different things. Like what Kanye is saying here. Your soul will leave your body and you are dead. And Kanye again, when she hears music, can't control herself. Yeah, so she gets possessed, and one day she will just jump from the top of a building, and that's it. People will not understand. Yes, Solomon Boatin is there. Some people just want shortcut. They don't want to go through the right channel. Despite the spirits are working for you, doesn't mean you should sit down and relax. No, even me, I'm working. Papa, you are authentic and honest. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Solomon. I'm very grateful. Yes, so we go to YouTube again. We see Jimmy 888. Is there a way in Vodu to get ex-girlfriend back? Do you do that, Bokor? No, I don't do that. Thank you. Then we have Duane Lassard again. Is having multiple sex partners harmful to spirits? I don't know. Those questions you say when you ask me, spirits are everywhere. So if you have a multiple sexual partners, if you and it disturbs you, then it disturbs your spirit. If it doesn't disturb you, then it doesn't disturb your spirit. Our culture is a polygamous culture. We are not Europeans. But then Christianity tries to regulate our people by saying one man, one wife. But even when we look back into the Bible, all the people that were very successful with God's work were not married to one single woman. They had multiple wives or multiple sexual partners. But they were the voices that God used in bringing his message to the world. So in our culture, it is not how many partners you have or how many partners that you don't have is what makes you a great spiritualist or not a great. A lot of people think that when you are not having sex, that means you are very pure. It's a lie. It's not true. Go and study Tantra yoga and see whether there's Tantra is based on sex. And Hinduism in general too is based on sex. Whether it is physical sex or spiritual sex, it's called sex. In the sense that when you see the Shiva Lingam in Hinduism, the Shiva Lingam, the lingam that stands in the bowl, is representing the male force and the woman's energy. That is what Shiva Lingam is all about. That's why people take milk and pour over the lingam so that it pours down and they collect it as a blessing. The whole creation is about sex. But how you do it is your problem. It's not my problem to say whether you have multiple partners, it is bad for spirit or it's not bad for spirit. Some people choose to be celibates. I have been a celibate for many, many years before. I decided that that's not what my life should be. I was a celibate priest for many years, but now I have a wife and I have children. And that doesn't stop me from being what I am. And I believe that even when I was a celibate priest, a monk, I wasn't this powerful. I didn't even know this much. But now that I even have wife and children, now before I understand what nature is all about, and I'm just following on that. And that's why I'm able to. Having sex or not having sex has nothing to do with spirituality. If you yourself, you feel that, oh, to approach your deities because you have had sex and you feel that you are dirty, you are not clean, you take a bath, cleanse yourself, and approach your deity or approach your spirits. I don't think spirits will get angry with you because you are human. They know you are human. So how can they stop you from being human? Just because you are working with them, you shouldn't be human anymore. No, I don't think that has anything to do with spirits. It is good to maintain sanctity and purity or purity. That should occur in your own mind. It shouldn't be somebody telling you that you do this, do that, do that. Because usually when people have sex, I think everybody takes shower. That's normal. So if you don't take shower and you feel that you are dirty, then you can feel that, okay, then maybe if you approach your spirit will also feel that you are dirty. And that's it. Spirits are clean, they want you to be clean every time. And if you are human, because we are human, if you have sex or you have a copulation or whatever, all that you do is, even if you are not going to approach your spirit, you will definitely take a shower. So you just laugh and go. That's it. That's how I deal with my spirit. I don't deal with my spirit by saying that because they are spirit, so I should stop being human. Sex is not anything. In Tantra Yoga, that is the focus. That's what the Shakti and Shiva, our Parvati and Shiva are doing. All that it is. If you go even the book of, what do they call it, Kama Sutra, it's all about sex. And Kama Sutra was written by priests or monks in the abbot or this. So what was that for? If sex was that much a sin, as Christianity had put it. I'm sorry, for me, it is just like you feel like drinking water, you drink. You feel like eating food, you eat. If you feel like having sex and you have the correct partner, and if you are not forcing people, it's a normal way of life. You live in harmony with nature, and that's all that we teach for you. And then so Jimmy X, that was a Duan Lassal's question I was trying to answer. Now I go to Jimmy 888. Bonjour. Is it bonjour or bonjour consacre? I don't speak French, or which language is this one? French. Is it French? Bijou. Bijou. Is it French? What kind of French is that? Bonjour. It's supposed to be bonjour, but then it's bijou. Bijou consacré. I don't understand. If it is bonjour, then I can have some idea, but I'm not sure whether I have heard this one before. Okay, then Jimmy 888. How do we contact you, Bokor? Yeah, Jimmy, we have our numbers on our pages, on our social media pages. Okay, they'll put it there again for you to see. They'll put it there and you can see. We have our contact, Facebook, WhatsApp. We have our website and everything, our numbers and everything is there. So thank you very much. Then Jimmy is saying, my ex left me for another. I would like her to get her back. Please help me, sir. Well, Jimmy, what I can tell you is that when your ex left you, there must be a reason. This is why I advise a reading or consultation or divination. If you are able to do a divination and find out why she left you, and if the oracle or the voodoo say, oh, they can get her back for you, and what should be done, when you are told what should be done, and those things are done, then of course nature naturally will bring her back to you. And then we have Lisa Molin. Did you see what the bijou is? Okay. There's Lisa Molin is saying, good morning, Lisa. Thank you very much. Then we have Mike Michel. Yes, peace and blessing. Mike, how are you? Yes, I'm supposed to get to you. Definitely, I'm going to call you. So don't think that I won't call you. It's just that I've been quite busy, and I'm going to call you, and I'm going to work on your case, and things will change for sure. I know. So blessings, peace and blessings to you too, Mike. Yeah. Then we have Lisa Mullins again. What makes you different from this? Stop moving the thing until I answer the question. What makes you different from this madam that I'm out today, that are taking people money? I don't know. I don't know what makes me different. I'm not taking anybody's money. I didn't tell anyone that I'm going to make money for anyone. If you consult me, you will pay for me.
You're not a con artist.
Yeah?
You're not a con artist.
No. I mean, I'm not telling you that I'll double money for you or whatever. But if you are going to consult me for my knowledge and my wisdom, I'll charge you. That's it. So I don't know what makes me different from any malam because I don't know any malam. I don't deal with any malam. I am me. And I am African Magic Temple. So that's it. They say Elisa Mulling again said they say that they are Muslim. What can someone do? How is living in another country do to report? Wicked people like them, and that others don't look at you the same way as them. I don't know. Listen, again, I am me, and my profile and everything is out there, and I believe that so far what I have been teaching and what I have been doing, if people are not getting results from what I am doing, by now people would have known that I am a con man or a liar. But I am teaching, and what I am teaching is answering your questions. And I explain them to you, and if they don't make sense, you can ask it in another form and we will explain it to you. And I'm not forcing people that, oh, come, let me make money for you, come and do a reading, come and do that. I don't do that. If you feel the need to do a consultation with me, fine, I'm always open, but I'll charge you for whatever I'll do for you. That is not being a con man. Because if I go to a coffee shop and I want to drink tea or drink coffee, I'm sure that when they serve me with the coffee, I have to pay. Or maybe I even have to pay before they serve the coffee. So when you consult me for any of my work, I will charge you. And if we agree, I will do your work for you and you will pay me. That's what I do. Thank you very much, Lisa. And then we have a Sam Tusa. When can you get a reading from you from America? But Sam, I think we did a reading for you before, unless you are a different Sam. Tusa. People can always get a reading. I'm doing a reading for people all over. So Sam Tusa, I believe that we did a reading for you before. So that's the same way we are doing reading for anybody from anywhere in the world. My contact numbers are there. When you call me from outside, I'll tell you the procedure. I'll send you my details, how you can send money to me, either to my bank, through PayPal, or through MoneyGram, whatever. When the money gets to me, I'll call you. You will speak on the money in any language of your choice without me listening to it. I'll give that money to the oracle, give it to the mirror, give it to Fa, or give it to Voodoo. And whatever the Voodoo goes and come back with, I'll call you back and give you the information. And I'll tell you what you are supposed to do to overcome the challenge that you were having before doing the consultation. And simple as that. That's how I work. My reading for outside of Ghana is 150 US dollars. But if you are going to pay through PayPal, you add a 10% so that PayPal can take their charges. But if that money can come to me directly, if $150 can come to me without anybody deducting anything from it, fine. I charge 150 US dollars. Yes, let's go. So, yeah, we are now back to Facebook. Okay, so now Solomon Boateng, we are going to be celebrating soon. Okay, thank you, Boateng. Thank you very much. And then we have Papisi Eni. Good afternoon, Papa. Please, can cold not be used to do a divination? Yes, cola nuts are also used in doing divination. Even today, we are going to start some afa. You will see how cola nut, especially the cola nut with 4 faces, 5 faces, 7 faces are used. That cola nut is called a V in Ewe. It is not just ordinary cola nut. And those are the things that are used in Voodoo and in Fa. So the divination of cola nut is also there, apart from the cowries. But then you need to know, once you know the, what do you call it? Once you know the meaning of how to do when they fall, then you can do a divination. Yes, then we have a Fisher again. The Catholic priests teach celibacy, yet they are being caught raping the little Catholic boys. That's very true. It's a very sad situation. But then the whole world closed their eyes on it as if nothing is happening. You know, they have Catholic Church has a lot of money, so they will go behind to see the judges to let the case die off or get justice for the perpetrators. But then their destinies are watching them. Then if Dara, big sister, thank you very much for joining us. And how are you feeling? I was going to send you a message this morning, but I've been running around to find out how you're doing. Thank you very much for joining. In fact, I say grand greetings, Papa, and family blessings beyond measure to everyone. The same to you, big sister Ifadara. Hope your health is getting better. May the ancestors continue to make you strong. Thank you very much for joining us. Then we have Anani Anthony. Please, I want to find out if masturbation is a sin, or if you practice masturbation, will you encounter bad luck in your life and money will not remain in you? I don't know. You see, I'm trying to talk about what is a sin and what is not a sin. Sex as general, whether it is man and man having sex, or woman and woman having sex, or man and woman having sex, or whatever. I don't know. But if whatever you are doing, it does not disturb your life, keep doing it. It's your partner. So that's what life is. Everybody has their things that they do, and it is their private thing. The private thing is in their own privacy. It's not my place to tell which one is good or which one is not good. I'm not a religious person. It's religion who is telling things which is against God or which one is not against God. Have you seen God before? I thank God that the people who created God were so wise that they created God for us. That's why each culture has their own God, and its ways are different from another culture's gods. So that will only tell you that it is a human being who created God. No, human being did not create nature. The human being created God in our own image. Now, twist it around and say God created us in his image. If God created us in his image, so why don't we all look the same? Why should the white man feel superior to the black man if God created all of us the same? In his own image. Because the white man believes that his God is white and is above every other God. So when you are not white, then you are not very qualified to be the child of that God. And I hope and I believe that African God also created African people or black people to look like him. And the Arab God also created Arabs to look like Arabs. So if you don't know that it is man who created God in his own image, I am telling you today, go back into it deeply and try to understand what I am saying. Every culture created God by saying, this is our God, and this is what he dressed like this. He eat this food. He doesn't eat that food. The Chinese God eats pork. They eat pork and they eat everything. But the Arab God will not eat pork. Huh? The Arab God doesn't eat pork. Pork is a taboo. So if it is the same God, why should he eat pork somewhere and in some place he will not eat? So it is man who created God in their own image. And they turn around and twisted the whole thing around by saying that God created us in his own image. If God created us in his own image, why are we not looking the same? Okay. This is a very controversial topic, but everybody should think about it very clearly. You see that each and every culture has a God that has to be worshipped in a particular way. And the African God, where our gods eat the bread, they even pour palm oil on his head. He is fine. I don't think the European God will eat bread. They don't eat bread. So their God will not eat bread, but our God eat bread because we eat bread. So it is we who decide what our gods will eat. So is it the God who created us or we created him? Yes, let's go on Anani Anthony. So please try to find where you fit in. Whether masturbation is a sin or it's not a sin, I don't know. I'm not a religious person. If you masturbate and it destroys you, then it's not good for you. Because I even learned that in some voodoo practices, when there are certain herbs, before you pick them, you need to masturbate on it in order to get the spirit in that herb to be active. And then there is in fact, but there is one Afa Odu or Afadu when it falls, especially when it falls for a woman. When it falls for a woman, Nagana Divi never had a funeral. It took off. Why do you people let children come in?
I think
So, Anani, so that is it. So there are so many things. As I was saying, there is an Ifa ritual or a bow or offer, as we Hebrews would say. When a man, when they do the reading, and it shows that if a woman's husband leaves the woman, and the woman wants to do a divination to find out how to get my partner back. There is a particular Ifa Odu when that one falls for you. I think it is also in the Jogwe. It's in the Bebeji stories where the earth separated from the heavens. That before God created the earth and the heavens were together. It's also part in the Bible stories. And then it got to a point the earth was separated, the heavens were separated from the earth. It's a fast story, which means the husband is the sky, and then the wife or the man is the sky. That's why when we pray sometime in Afar or in Voodoo, we show to the heaven, show to the earth, show to all the cardinal points. And that we pray. So when the husband left, the earth became very barren. There was no more food, and everything was very bad. Everything was hungry. So he went to God to ask, what can I do to bring my husband home? The husband said, no, I'm not going to come back. But what you have done, I will send my water to you so that it can impregnate you and you can have. Then rain falls from the sky and then the earth gets food. So when such an oracle or Odu or Afatu falls for a woman whose husband leaves her, then the woman has to look for the sperm of a man. And that sperm will be used to put on the pillow. And that pillow, she will put it under or sleep over that pillow. That's the ritual. And it brings the person, brings that love back to the woman. So there is so much secret and so much into these teachings of voodoo and farm and all this thing. It is not one day you can know all. So masturbation in second part is done in spirituality. So because how can you get a man's sperm if he does not masturbate to be able to do that ritual? So where it is a sin, where it is not a sin, I cannot put any differentiation. So when Anani and Tony, if it is something that worries you, I think maybe you have to continue asking people. But this is what I know about it, and that's what I am teaching. Thank you very much. So we are going. I think there's another question. That's the last question there.
Yes.
Okay, good. So here we have a. Come to the top. No.
This was the last question, Sam.
Because he asked the question, I don't know whether he answered what I said. Don't go here. That's some asked that question first. Go. He said, when can one get a reading from you from America? And I'm saying that I believe that we have done a reading for him before. He didn't answer that one. Then Duan Lassalle was saying, thank you, your response are very liberating. Thank you very much, Duan Lassalle. And then Lisa Mullins also, thank you for responding to my question. Thank you very much, Lisa. Calm down now. And then Sam Tusan again said, can anyone be initiated into Tufa? Yes, anyone can be initiated into Tufa. When they ask the oracle and it is a place to be initiated, you can be initiated. Then we have another one called German. Good morning, Toby. When can I call for a reading? You send us a message and then we will arrange. Go to our WhatsApp page and send us a message. Put your name clearly so that when I am free, I can contact you and tell you when we can start the process. And then Sam Tusan again, how difficult is it for you to help people who can't go to Ghana? I don't initiate online. If it is initiation, I don't do online initiation. Initiation, to my knowledge, is a practical and a physical thing. If you want a reading can be done for you. And if a reading is done, or when a reading is done, and you want the rituals to be done or the fossa to be done, it can also be done for you without you coming to Ghana. But you cannot be initiated into any voodoo when you are not physically present. Yes, talismans and protective things can be made and sent to you with a seed. But the real and the full initiation is a physical thing. Because in initiation, that is when the spirit comes or the energy dwells upon the person. And if there is no one there to help, it can also cause you some harm. Harm in the sense that you may not be able to control yourself. And you need people to be around to control you so that you can go through that process and master it. Yes, let me see the last question. What was that in the sign Baba Owe you are talking about? I think it's Jobe. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Jobe. We call it Jobe or Beneji. Like in Yoruba, it's Beneji, but it's called Jobe also. Or Jobe as in Yoruba. Or Baba Owe. Yes, that's the story I'm talking about. So where the earth separated from the sky separated from the earth. No, I myself never got a ready with the group. I only bought a cleansing kit. Okay, Sam, thank you. That's very true. You bought a cleansing kit. That's very true. Yeah. Now that's why your name is familiar. That I knew that there is some to say. So you have not done a reading, but you bought a cleansing kit. That's true. Thank you very much for responding. Yes. Any more questions coming in? Okay. So let me use this short time to just tell you. You see, the voodoos that we have, or whatever voodoo is everywhere. Whether in a white man's country, a green man's country, yellow man's country, voodoo is voodoo. Voodoo is spirit. And the word voodoo, a lot of times people are just misunderstanding it as if it's something totally different from what spirit is. It is the language of the Ewe people and also their cousins, their form people who call spirit voodoo. And in some parts, it is called voodoo, not because it is something different, but because of the dialect and the tonation, the nasal tonation that some part of the Ewe people speak. They speak in the nasal tonation. So instead of saying voodoo, they say voodoo. So, and then there are so many other things they mention, and you see that it is a nasal sound. So, wherever people live, wherever cultures are originated, there were always times that those cultures have their way of approaching God through spirits. The early man also had a way of worshiping God, which was the sun god. When they wake up, they see the sun rise and there's no fear. They respect it. When the sun goes down, everybody is scared whether some wild animal will come and eat you before day will break. So when the sun breaks the cloud in the morning, then everybody prays it. That's why the Ra god of Egyptian god, the sun god, became one of the most famous gods because the early man, out of the fear of darkness, began to worship light. So God is everywhere. Voodoo is everywhere in every culture. It is not limited to the Ewe people of West Africa and their descendants that across the diaspora. But it's everywhere. But in our language, it is called voodoo. Or some people even call it voodoo. And this voodoo is everywhere. But then the way the Ewes and the people from Dahomey, which is the original Dahomey, that's the original name. Edda means snake. Ahome means home. So Dahomey simply means the home of snakes. That's how the Ewes call it, which later was changed into Beni, whichever it is, but still it is Dahomey to some of us. So the descendants of the Beni people or the Dahomey people, as well as the Ewe people, are the people who are doing voodoo. So when they are calling it voodoo, and the way the Ewes and the four people worship God is with blood, alcohol, and everything. That's some other cultures may not kill animal on their voodoo or their spirit, but that doesn't mean that they are not worshiping spirit or they are not praying to their spirits. They are also praying to spirits, but they may not call it voodoo. They may not kill an animal on it. I know that when I was in Malaysia, I saw people putting the head of a pig in front of the Chinese deities. The people kill pig, but I've not seen them killing the pig on top of the voodoo, but the head will be presented with a long nose like that. But then we, the Aries, or the African, or the West African, maybe the form and the Aries, we will kill the blood because we know that the life for the Vodu to empower the spirit that we are working with. It is when the animal's blood is pouring and the life is going. That is when the Vodu capture that life and then empower itself and begin to be active and no more just ordinary thing. You may see it as ordinary, but once blood has touched it, play with it. You will see where it will take you. So, okay, let's see if there's a question here. Some to sign again. In Haiti, Dahomey seems to be a consistent word in Voodoo. Does Dahomey mean anything to you? Yes, just like I was saying, Dahomey is the next country to Togo. But the Dahomey and the Togo are the land of the Ewe's and the Fon people. And the Haitians, majority of them are coming from the Ewe and the Fon tribe. That's why they exported Voodoo to the Caribbeans. But during the infamous transatlantic trade, some of our people were taken into slavery and they ended up in the islands. And they kept this secret because Voodoo is living in harmony with nature. So it was very good for them, even there in their farms or on the fields, they see herbs that they can use to create changes in nature. So that became very strong. And that's why the slave master, the white man, said that Voodoo was evil because the person does not have a weapon. He only picks herbs and say certain things on it. Your head will be paining in your room, you can't wake up. Even though he will not come and hit your head, but your head, you will be sleeping on your bed, you cannot wake up. Or fever will catch you and they will take you to hospital or you call the physician to come and there will be nothing. They will catch you with witchcraft. And you will think that it's fever, your temperature will be high. But it just helps to put them together and stick some small words on it. Yeah. Nature changes its form. That's why it has been declared evil. This is all. It's not that it's evil, it's good. So if somebody is whipping you with a whip or beating you with a whip, and then you have been given freedom from the whip, and you go to farm to work, and you know the person who beat you, and you tell the head that that person his leg should pain him. What is wrong with it? They inflicted pain on you, so you find another way to inflict pain on them. That's why it was declared as evil, because when the person died, you cannot even see gunshot or machete. But the person is dead. What killed you? These are the things that created fear in the practice. That's why people, in the white man, that's why people say it is an evil practice. Voodoo is just living in harmony with nature and knowing how to use nature to your own advantage. And also for the benefit of humanity. So, yes, Dahomey is our country, is the home of snakes in Ewe language and in Fon language. That's what it means, Dahomey. And Da means snake, Ahome means home. But then we in Ghana, we will not call it Ahome, but we will call it Apeme and Dahome. Okay, but then because the Ewe dialect are many, there are so many dialects in Ewe language. That's why in that part of the Ewe land, they call it Ahome. So Dahome means the home of snakes. That the new name is Republic of Benin. Okay, let's go up ahead. Let's see the last listen. When can I call for a reading? You can send message, German, send message to the listen, and I will contact you. And when I contact you, we can schedule a time to speak because I'm a very, very busy person. I'm not always free. So maybe the time you may call me, I may not be able to pick your call. But if you send me a message, I will reply and then we schedule a time to talk. Thank you very much. And then Africa Magic Temple had put my numbers there, and you can get to me through that. Yes. And then the son too said, "Can you give us a time? I'm willing to wait." We will be doing by 4 o'clock today. We will be finishing this live session, and I think that time my phone will be in my hand. But then if another activity starts, then you may not be able to talk to me directly. But when you send me a message, I will reply to you. So we have SB. SB, I am in the US. Oh, good day, sir. One of my ancestors was on her deathbed. The elders picked up her bed and placed large stones under it. Then placed the bed on the stone. Have you heard of such a process? SB, there are thousands and millions of processes in doing Vodu. And did that person survive? If the person survived, that means those who were doing what they were doing, they knew what they were doing. Or even if they don't know what they were doing, but she survived, but then at least something might have influenced them or inspired them to do that. It's not every practice in Vodu that I know of. I know of what I have seen, and I also have seen and learned, and that's all I know. Whatever I have seen and I learned, then I know, I can tell, I can talk about it. But what I have not seen and I have not learned, and I have not experienced or have not practiced, I don't know how to talk about those things. That's how I do my work. Thank you very much, SB. There's another one. I'm in the US and do not know the tribe we descended from. Yeah, but I think SB, you being in the US, you don't know which tribe you descended from. But when you, what would I say, you do your DNA, at least your DNA will point you to a particular country or a place in Africa. And sometimes they can even identify the tribe where you may be mixed with plenty different, like all of us, we don't even know where we all came from. But you can trace your root to some place, and then maybe from there you can. And if you had ever stayed with your elders, even whether they were in the diaspora or anywhere, definitely there will be certain descriptions or teachings on the ways they do their work, or they try to teach you people how to live your life. That alone could guide you to some culture in Africa, for sure. So please check on your DNA and see if it will identify. What I don't advise people is that a lot of people from the diaspora come into Africa and looking for their roots. And a lot of charlatans will take advantage of them and say, oh, we are going to do spiritual things for you to identify your roots. There is nothing like that. And you will probably end up in their tribe as they are part of their tribe. It is not always true. Do your DNA, and at least it will point to somewhere. Let us be realistic when we are teaching this thing, because a lot of times people say, do you do ancestral reading? I said, no, I don't do, because how can I do a reading and find your ancestors? I'm talking about 500, 600 years ago. How? What I can do for you is connect you with your immediate ancestors, which are your father, mother, your grandfather, who born your father or born your mother. Those ones I can connect you with. When you are trying to go and find out whether you are Ewe, you are Fong, you are Yoruba, you are Dagomba, you are this, how will I know? And unfortunately, a lot of the people that were brought into slavery or caught and brought to the coastal countries were not even from the coast. They were brought from the inland and marched down all to the coastline. Of course, the coast was the last place that they remembered they went before people sent them
into the diaspora or to the countries that they ended up in. So someone may pass through Ghana, may pass through Nigeria, may not be in Nigeria, no, because maybe at that time, some of these countries that don't really exist as a country, they were just tribes. Today, so many tribes are put into one country called a country. Take, for instance, we, the Eves. The Ewe land or the Ewe nation, if you want to talk about it, stretches from the border of Nigeria, from Badagry, all the way to Volta region of Ghana. It passes through Benin, passes through Togo, and then part of Ghana, and a little part of Nigeria. But today, the Nigerians who are there do not feel that they are Eves, because they are Nigerians. People in Benin and people in Togo and those of us here, we only have the ones who are saying that it's also three different countries. So if the DNA that is being done is done properly, I believe the technology is very deep, and they should be able to point to some tribes that you may be coming from. Because I've heard a lot of people telling me that, oh, I have Fulani, I have this and that. So when you know where your ancestors came from, you can choose to adopt any of these tribes as your tribe and then follow their rituals, and there you are. You are free. But just trying to go into somewhere they say they are going to do ancestral reading for you, and they'll tell you where your grandfather. Somebody was asking me a question here some time ago that she was made a queen somewhere, and I said, well, was that a gift or this? He said, no, it was a royal bloodline. That's why she came back to it and made her a queen. It is not true. It is never true. These are just people want to take your money or just fool you. The people can give you respect and give and bestow chieftaincy and queen mother titles on you out of your contribution to the community. But to say you are coming from a royal, and then they were asking me questions to answer. I said, okay, if you are coming from that line, then ask the people to answer your question. Those people who thought that they are royal, let them tell you, not me who live very far, who doesn't even know which royalty you are being a queen for. How can I answer the question? The people who install you as queen mother, they should be able to tell you what their tribe, the rules and the regulations in their tribe. So we are going to, so that is it. So try as much as possible to do some DNA and trace your roots. I think you can trace up to at least about 100 or 200 years. You can find, and you may surely know one of the tribes that your ancestors came from. Then we have Lisa Mullins again. What is the difference between Voodoo and Obia, and why do some believe that Obia is more powerful? The word Obia, I think, is mainly used in Jamaica or the Caribbeans. We don't have any word in Ghana or Ewe land called Obia. We have Voodoo, which means spirit. So whatever is Obia, I cannot tell. Even though I know that Jamaicans are calling it Obia, calling some spiritual thing Obia or witchcraft or whatever. But I've never had this. We call Ajay and Voodoo. Ajay, as Ajay, is a spirit of its own. It's also a Voodoo on its own. It can be used for good, it can be used for bad. So I don't know why people are saying one is stronger than the other. I think they all compromise each other, complement each other. So whatever it is. Yes, let's go on. I think we are almost 2 hours plus into this. Go up. There's some questions up here. Okay, we have answered Anthony's question. Now we go to Waiso Showboy. May the ancestors live on. Thank you very much, Showboy. We are very grateful. And then my brother again, for Martin Kobla. Thank you, my brother. I have sent you a message. Please call when you are free so we can talk about the other things.
very grateful for Martin. Happy. I think that's it. Last question there.
Yes, please.
Okay. So now we are 3:49. We have only a few minutes to go. We're going to 4 o'clock. And then, so please send in your questions. At least we have about 10 to 11 minutes more. So please send in your questions quickly so that I can be able to answer those that I can answer for you. You know, when I sit here, I don't bring any book and I don't prepare any notes from the house before coming. I only sit and I pray and tell the spirits that they should give me the mind to be able to answer your questions. And that's all that I do. So whatever question you are asking, when I am answering, it's not me, but it is through me you are hearing. I think there's no more questions now.
Yes.
Then play some of your videos.
Yes, please.
That's fine. Put it. Place it. Yeah. So you can place it. Okay, but really back. It clear the front, you know. We clear the front of the bar, but still. Oh. I don't know, Baba. Baba. Call over no corner. Who would it? That's it. Say your things and make a pledge. He said, go down, go down. Some people are suffering there. You are suffering here. Everyone is suffering. Make it quick, make it quick. Boy, okay, if it's finished already, it's finished. We choke about the time. 9:26. 9. I order for you. The husband and everything I can't call it really. Everybody.
Okay, so our brothers and sisters, our fans out there, I think we don't have many questions here again to answer, but let's see whether some question came. Okay, let's go up a little bit. There's okay, go up. Let's see. Okay, that was Lisa Molin, and then we come to Black Shadow on YouTube. Good morning. I'm watching from the US. I would love to contact you for a reading. Thank you for an informative program. Thank you very much, Black Shadow. Oh no, there's a Ras there.
Last one.
Hello, Baba. Can you tell me about Hebieso? And is he a witch or a witch hunter? You see, Ras, the word Hebie, or actually it is Hebie. It's a town. It's the name of a community called Hebie. And that community, I believe, is in somewhere in Togo or maybe in Hebie. And then, So is the god of thunder. So I think the Hebie, the So god that they have there, or the god of thunder that they have in Hebie at the time was so powerful that everybody was always going to Hebie. So let's go to Hebie. So let's go to Hebie. So then eventually the word of so got lost and it became Hebie. So some people say Hebie. So or whatever. But the word is so. That's why all the people who are initiated into Yehweh, which is the main cult of the Ewe, is the spiritual cult. If you are not called Dafli so or Dalo so, all the names will add so to your name when you are initiated into. This is okay, not all, but some. They will add your the so name to it. The Ewes believe that Thunder is the greatest god in one way, and that is very powerful because they can even direct it. Those who know the secret, they can direct thunder to go and strike somebody's house, strike a human being. Not that just anyhow, they direct it and let thunder move and then come to your house, bang! They are rituals, they will do. Thunder will strike in my house and the whole place will burn. It's only the Ewes who know this kind of things. So Hebieso is just the name that is thunder is called today by most people. Hebieso. But the real name is Eso or So. Whether Hebieso or Eso is a witch hunter, I don't know. Thunder is thunder. It can do anything. It can hunt anyone. And anyone who knows the keys of thunder can use it to their advantage and also to the disadvantage of other people. That's all that it is. Eso is the name, or So is the name of the god of thunder. And then Black Shadow again. Good morning. I'm watching from. We read that one.
Yes.
Okay. Then we have SD here. Thank you for your answers. Many years ago, I learned much from a friend. Today, I only remember his first name. Should it be effective to pour libation to honor them for all they share? Yes, of course. SD, you can pour libation to your friends, people that are close to you, and when they pass on, you can pour libation to them. We don't pour libation only to our ancestors. We pour libation also to people who were closer to us so that they can also have peaceful death or sleep in death in a peaceful way. Where Miss Figure, they put something there, ox space, and what is that?
We are deleting.
Wait. Did you know you can earn money just by sharing ads on your status? Click that link to the register. Thank you, delete it. We are not advertising on our here. This is not what we are doing. You know, people like that or just keep jumping into other people's places to make money out of others or to scam people. Why won't they create their own channels and they want to use other people's place to scam other people? Are we done?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm thanking all of you who have been very active and those who are watching also quietly. I know a lot of people are watching very quietly and they don't ask questions, they don't send in anything, but they are watching because I've been getting some information from other people when they talk with me. They watch, but they are not active by either liking or putting any comment or asking any question. To all and those of you who were very active in asking questions, I thank you all because you are making more people to be aware of our African tradition, our African traditional spirituality. You are the ones who are asking the questions. I am only here to answer and explain what your question is all about. So I'm thanking all of you and I wish you all a very successful week. Today is Valentine's Day. People call it the Day of Lovers. I wish love to be in your life. I I wish you all the best, good health. Those who are looking for a job should find a job. Those who are working but they are not finding answers and proper solution to their jobs and businesses, their businesses should increase in many folds. That's all that I can ask the spiritual world to do. And those who are having challenging health, may their health be improved. Those who are looking for husbands or wives and cannot find them, they should find. And those who are with their wives and their husbands and are not finding peace at their home, may peace be in their homes. May the ancestors continue to bless you and guide you to their light. It has been a very interesting day. And for me personally, today is a very, very, very special day. Why? Because 22 years ago, I lost my biological mother, whose influence is what you are seeing today. My mother is my first spiritual teacher. She was my first spiritual teacher, and she has taken me to my aunties who were priestesses, because those days men were not deeply involved into this. It was only in our part of the world of Eveland. It was mainly women who were doing the priestess work of Vodu. We call them Vodusi or Etronsi. So my mother had taken me to most of her cousins, aunties, sisters who were into this. And I could vividly remember where I will be bathed, this thing will be done, because I was born a sick child and my mom was doing all that she could. Luckily for me, she was from a royal family, so she had been given certain spiritual keys that she was using to protect her children. And she told me a lot of stories, and I think I have taken after her. But then 22 years ago, on the 14th of February 1999, I lost my mom. And I just came back from Japan with my kids. It wasn't long when she passed on. I came back in 1997, and she was dying. I went and woke her up, and she stayed. But then I was told that she would only stay for 2 years, and before dying. And truly, after when the 2 years came, she passed on. And today is exactly 22 years that she's gone. So for me, Valentine had always been a day of remembering my mother, the love that she shared with me and brought me to where I am today. So I'm wishing you all a happy Valentine's Day. May God and the ancestors continue guiding you. And may the spirit of Saint Valentine, who had also lived at one time, continue to guide you to see real love in your lives. Thank you very much, and bye-bye for today. I'm wishing you all a successful week. Goodbye for today. Bye-bye. See you again next time.